Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Judi and you're watching Running So and So. And welcome to Friday Sews, which will be out Saturday or Sunday. And the reason for this will become apparent later on in the video. So first of all, let me just say thank you to the wonderful Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting this hashtag. And each week she lets us have a question and encourages us to try and answer this question to promote discussion within the sewing community. So what have I been doing this week? Well, it has been a very busy week again, back at school after the half-term holidays, and I've been plodding along with my lovely blouse. I am doing my sleeve vlog. Excuse me. I have got it almost prepared, but I just need to watch it again. I'm such a fusspot. I think I'm a fusspot in everything I do. So here we have the blouse so far. We have now got the collar pinned on, the sleeves in, the cuffs are here. I am trying to decide whether I should do the cuffs as a stitch in the ditch or not. I don't like stitching in the ditch, but let's start looking at what I got up to this week, because I've got something else to show you right at the end. So this is what I got up to starting last Sunday. So Saturday afternoon, SewToon tomorrow. I love taking cakes to things, so I've got everything there for a cake. I know that one of the people going to SewToon is GF, so I've redone my GF things. So I've now got my stalk. Other margarines are available, marked GF, caster sugar, icing sugar, everything is clean. I'm just waiting for it to air dry. And the reason I am so fussy about the GF thing is that Hannah is GF, and it's now doubly important that she isn't glutened. Well, she's pregnant, so there you go. We've just got to make certain she is definitely not glutened, because she really will be poorly. But the other thing I'm doing at the moment is I am prepping my Lunar Crossbody bag by Adam Sews. So let me spin you around and show you what I'm doing. So I've got Adam's instructions here, which are super explicit. I've started to make my own notes. Rather than cutting all the little pieces, I've made everything just a bit bigger, and then I can cut back. But at the moment I'm marking on my quilting lines because I am taking the little Elna. So this could be quite interesting whether it works or not. So I think we'll start on this, and if it fails I can at least take my fabric over there and I can use that for the backs of my advent calendars for Olivia's and Remy, Melanie's grandchildren. I have managed, oh yes, with the help of some fantastic YouTube videos, got the pulls on my zip. So I've got a long continuous zip and I've actually got 5 pulls on it, spaced out with pins, which I won't be able to find now. I've got a pin here at the very end, and I've got a pin there, and I've got a pin there. So I'm really pleased I've done that. That was quite tricky, but I used YouTube videos and it worked. I've got my little bag, I've got my Adam Sews caddy. It's very good, isn't it? I'm doing an Adam Sews project, and I've got everything for the day in my Adam Sews caddy. I want to cut out some of his little pouches as well, and I bought this beautiful William Morris fabric to try and make a pouch with. I bought this at Bugweeds yesterday. They've got, oh my god, Bugweeds. I'm just going to insert something. I went to Bugweeds yesterday. Have a look at this stuff. Stretch, I adore that. That might need to come home with me. But look what I found. Found all this Dashwood rayon. It's just incredible. It's absolutely lovely. Look at this. Bugweeds have got Tula Pink. We can go mad now. Unbelievable. We've got all the lines here as well. Oh my gosh, so much Tula Pink. That's wonderful. And the William Morris. Now, I want to make another of these little crossbody bags as well, but I was thinking that for a gift for November, I might be able to make a little pouch using the William Morris. So let's see what happens. I'm not going to cut that project out because I think I might have enough. I meant to say, with all this prepping, I've got to quilt this fabric. So what I've been doing is marking on my quilting lines, and I'm just using a chalk pencil. This one came in my last shipment from Atelier Brunette, but I'm just marking on the lines, and then I'm going to, I think I've got the iron-on fusible bag lining, so then I'll put that in and it'll all be nice and stable for me to sew through tomorrow while I am at SewToon. SewToon, and I've got Mishi over there. Hello, Mishi. And I've met the lovely Rebecca. But Rebecca has got the most ingenious pin cushion. Look at this. I looked at it and I thought, that is a tuna tin. But I picked it up thinking, okay, she's been somewhere expensive and got a really exquisite pin cushion. And then I turned it over. I mean, how ingenious is that? A couple of magnets, and she's using magnetic poles. It's fantastic. It's absolutely. And the star of sustainability today is Rich. SewToon, got people behind me here. There's Vicky and one or two lovely people. And we've got Alison, who's so like Dottie in a minute, having a chat with Lisa the speaker teams. And we've got Tammy and Matt very it's just a lovely buzz in here today. And here's Rebecca again with her lovely sustainable pin cushion. And Mishi. And Chloe is not going to be very happy. Let me tell you what I've done. Oh, my poor caddy. I made a cake and the icing slipped inside my bag. So my caddy's been sponged using a face mask because I couldn't find anything to sponge it with a bit of fairy liquid on it. And it's now sitting on paper towels. But on the sewing front, I'm using my little machine because Rachel, my daughter-in-law, has borrowed my other Benina for a few weeks. And look, I am quilting my Luna crossbody bag using my original sewing machine that is 44 years old, and it's going like an absolute dream. Just doing the binding now on my Luna crossbody bag by Adam Sews. I don't like stitching in the ditch, and I want to say ditching in the stitch because I just hate it so much, but believe it or not, with this lovely little machine everything is going beautifully. Just trying to manoeuvre the hard bits, you know, the webbing through, and it's just taking it, isn't it? Can't believe how it's taking it. Oh, I've missed a line. Here we go. It just better not be difficult now as I go around this. Oh no!
Just zoomed in on your hands.
You zoomed in on my hands.
I should do sticking your tongue out while you're concentrating.
Sorry?
Like a child does.
Am I?
No, I said shouldn't you be?
No, 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 no. Not in a vlog, not in a vlog, not in a vlog. No, not in a vlog. It's just amazing how the machine is taking.
It is. I'm thinking it looks like you're going through butter with a hot knife.
It's really thick because there's the...
Because it's two layers of webbing and the underneath.
That's great.
It's not as neat, but look at that.
And what a lovely pattern. Look at that. Fabulous.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. Thank you. So ahead of me are the dogs. We turn the torch down behind me. That's Maggie. Maggie is pink and Poppy is red. We're not going to go too far, but I'm really lucky that I have this space where the dogs can go and they can walk. I'm right next to the edge of a field, so it's perfectly safe. It's not totally dark. Mind you, I have got the torch here. You can see it. And there's Poppy, she's red. So we're just going to have a little walk up and down our pathway here, just so the girls get to have a sniff, a bit of dog time. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to finish my bag that I started yesterday at SewToon. Okay, so continuous binding. You need a square or any scrap of fabric that you've got. I've got a fat quarter here, and what prompted me is I'm doing Adam Sews' Luna cross body bag. So what you do with your piece of your fat quarter is fold it in half and cut down the middle, so you end up with two triangles. You then turn them, and this is where you have to turn them into a sort of parallelogram. And then I shall fiddle around until I have got them into the shape that I want them, which stitches like this. So from your right angled triangle, you have one right angle at the bottom and you have one at the top. You turn them over like so, and you stitch down the seam. I shall be back when I have done that. I'm using the baby sewing machine. Look, it's just over there. Oh look, you don't see that, do you? Talk about reality in the sewing room. That was my dinner. So the next thing I'm going to draw on are the lines for the width of the binding, and the binding is 2 1/4 inches. I do love the way sewing is probably the only hobby that you can move from centimetres to inches in a matter of seconds. I'm sorry this is not in focus. It should be. Yes, it should. It's when my hands go in front. So I'll just quickly do this. I'm using a quilting ruler. Quilting rulers are great because you've got marks and things on. My quilting ruler is 1 inch. You can, in this country, buy quilting rulers with the inch on them. I'm just hoping to goodness I'm doing this correctly, or I'll have to undo it and start again. A minute. Yeah, as usual, it's always not quite right, but let's have a go and see what we can do. And the idea is that we have a nice strip of binding. So I've got my lines drawn on. Now I do think that one's not the right width. Let me just double check it. It is. So when you come to sew it up, you have to lay it offset. So when you come to sew it up, you do not match the lines across like this. You have to offset them so they go like that. And that is the key to making your continuous binding. So then you have to bring them up. I'm doing this one-handed, oops, and you're sewing a little seam just along there. I'm going to sew the seam and I'll come back and show you. All right, so I said I'd bring this back, and here you go. It's sort of offset. And the reason it's offset is because you cut along the pencil lines, and it cuts around in a big circle like this. Look. You don't need to iron it until you're finished either. It's a brilliant, brilliant way of using scraps to make continuous binding strips. And they are automatically bias strips because you've had that, just my mind is thinking here, because you've created it out of 2 triangles, the fabric is automatically on the bias when you start to cut it. So here we go through. And the first thing I'm going to do when I've finished here is I'm going to iron it, because this is the final thing I need for my lunar crossbody bag. There we go, a piece of continuous binding. Ta-da! So I went along to SewToon with so many things to make. And all I made was my utterly adorable lunar crossbody bag by Adam Sews. And it was such fun to make this because it was nearly made in a day, not quite made in a whole day. And I have shown it to Adam and he says it's wonderful, which is great to hear. I did take the 2 advent calendars along with me, but I didn't quite get onto those. So there you can see. And also, I hope you saw the little bit of a tutorial there for making continuous binding. It is such the most wonderful way of making continuous binding, and you can do it using any kind of scraps, as long as when you've sewn your 2 triangles together to get your bias, and then you loop over and you make certain that you loop underneath like that. So if this is one line of stitching, it loops in with the line of stitching not the same level as it goes down. So you've got a line of stitching here, a line here, line there, line. They don't meet up like that. They meet up at an angle, and then you can cut it out like so. So then, today's question, posed by the wonderful Jen, is your easiest sewing make to date, and that is so easy. I bet you can guess what I'm going to say. It is the gorgeous Brigitte top by Tessuti Patterns, and I sat down to answer the question and to show you and talk about my favourite easy make. And I'm wearing one because they really are, although I'm not quite certain how much longer I'm going to be able to wear these for. I might have to make some new ones very, very soon. I've got one that doesn't have any flowers on it, and that is now tippling off my shoulders. So yes, I featured the Brigitte top on a vlog about the making of Breton tops. I'm not going to put a card in up there. I'm actually going to put a link in the description box below, because I do not want you moving from this vlog because something very interesting is coming up. So it is a slash neck. The back is just very, very slightly higher than the front. But in order to make certain that I know which is the back and which is the front, I do put a little tag. Sometimes it's just a little bit of extra stitching. Sometimes it's a label. I'm one of these people, I'm not fussed by the labels. I know lots of people are really excited by all the different label makes that you can get. I'm afraid it's not me. If I need to mark the back or the front of something, I put a label in, and for years and years and years there were no labels, and I'm desperately trying to think, I need to put a label in, and I always forget. So it has got 4 pieces, 3 pattern pieces, but 4 pieces, 2 sleeves, a front and a back. That's it. So if you've got a cover stitcher or you choose to use Maraflex, you will need that for your hems. So your neck hem, your cuffing, and your bottom hem. I don't know if you can see if I stand up. Let me just tip it down. So you can see from the top here all the way down to the bottom. But it is the simplest and most flattering of tops. And you can make one in, I'm not even going to say, because I reckon if you actually chested yourself, you could probably do it in half an hour. But I'm a bit of a fussy. I like to iron down my necklines and everything to make certain that they're fine. So what you do with this top is you actually sew the hem on the neck at the back, the hem on the neck at the front. So you then join the shoulder seams, and you have to make certain that you've got quite a neat finish just here. And because it is such the most amazing pattern, you can match your stripes down your sides. It says checking the stripes. Oh yes, I can show you my stripes. Stripe matched. Stripy matched. There's my seam. There's my seam. But I've matched my stripes down the side. Matched them under my sleeves. She says double checking. Yes, matched under my sleeves. And to the best of my ability, I have matched them across my front. What's this? To my sleeves. There we go. I've tried to match them in here, but this was only a top for work, so I didn't mess about with it too much. I have other Breton tops. If you watch that vlog, you will see I mention a couple of other Breton tops, one of which is utterly amazing, and I will mention that on another vlog. So that is my favourite pattern. It is the easiest and quickest pattern that I have to make, and if I ever need to make a top for work, that is the one I go to. The next one I'll go to for speed and ease is the Toaster Sweater by Sew House 7, and as you know, I've made loads of those. So before I go on to tell you what I'm really excited about today, I just want to say thank you to absolutely everybody who has watched my last vlog and vlogs before then, because I have had so many lovely comments popping up on my last vlog and the vlogs a few vlogs back, which is just amazing. Thank you so much. You do not know how much it means for you guys to actually comment, to like, and to know that you are watching the vlogs that I make. It just means so much, and it tells me that I must be doing something right. So thank you so very, very much. So after you've watched this vlog, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a like, and You can even write me a comment if you wish to, and then there's a little button in one side of the screen. Just give it a tap. That will help you, take you to a link to subscribe to my channel, and then this little notification bell, if you touch that, you'll get told each time I put a video out. And also, I am doing my best to reply to every single one of you lovely people that take the time to write to me in the comment box. So, the exciting news tonight, I am going to find out what Hannah is having. So, brace yourselves. I'm going to finish this vlog with the reveal party, which will be taking place tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll sign off now and say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again next week.
If this doesn't explode, this is going to be a problem.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Yay!